Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, we are waiting for people to come in. Can you hear me? Good morning, Trader Joe. Can you hear me? How is the audio? Okay, very good. Okay, you guys. I was 1 or 2 minutes late. I'm just gonna let people come in for a little bit, and and then we're gonna jump right to it. Really exciting show for you today, and I'm going to give you something that we've been working on for a while. So should be exciting. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Hey, Netrade. Good day. Good to see you. Okay. All right, guys. So I want to do a quick roundup over here. One of the things that I like to showcase when I do these live streams is I want to show you new ways that you can utilize our technology, and I'm going to be doing that today. And one of these is very simple but incredibly powerful. But at the same time, I want to give you a heads up. As you guys all know, I disclose to you what I'm trading, what I'm in, how I'm doing. And I like to showcase the fact that unusual returns, things that you may not have been aware of, are possible when you see the power of trade ideas and utilize it the way that we designed it. So, once again, here I'm showcasing to you guys that we aren't just vendors, we're users of the technology. And I've done this before, but I do like to show you what I'm doing. Here you got Nebius at 103 making a very big breakout. I'm up almost $215,000 today. And I want to talk a little bit about why I don't get in and out of this one particularly. And I'll mention that in a minute. But first, let me show you this right here, this window. This is a window that I've been working on that I'm going to be designing a whole new automated strategy from, and it's called Bottoms Up. I'm going to right click. I'm going to save and share this to the cloud. And I'm going to paste the link in here. Okay. So one of the things that we focus on at Trade Ideas, and I want to show you what I'm doing, I've got a 2-minute chart here, is really high level pattern recognition, whether it's candlesticks or patterns, but I want to show you what I have set up here. So this is called Bottoms Up. I've got these alerts: broadening bottom, triangle bottom, rectangle, and double, and a bunch of pivots on the candlesticks. Okay. So let's look at what that looks like to you. So what does a rectangle bottom look like? And again, this is, you can see the data like right here. Very tight range. Here you go. And then I'm going to show you something else that I'm going to be doing that I'm going to give you guys. So whenever you go to Trade Ideas, you can click on the plus right here, set an alert. And then I'm going to title Energy Breakout. I'm going to hit OK. And here it is. And I'm going to show you guys something. This is so, so important. Netrate, you guys didn't get the link. Where do you guys usually get it? There's been some issues with streaming stuff, and unfortunately, and let me preface this: you didn't get the link to the live stream or the link that I just sent. Let me redo this real quick. Okay, did you get this link? Is everyone able to copy the cloud link that I just pasted? This is what I want to make sure you're able to do, able to see. Super Scalper, we'll get into that one. I don't have that one handy. That wasn't the one I wanted to showcase today, but I'll dig that up for afterwards. Okay, so NetTrade, are you guys able to copy the bottoms up and launch it on you guys' own systems? Just want to make sure that all the data is coming through. Okay, so let's look at what we're doing. I wanted to showcase pattern recognition and the importance of using your imagination. But before I do that, so NetTrade, when you say no, you guys are not able to copy the link, the cloud link that I posted in Trade Ideas here. Just want to make sure again that we are functioning properly. That's very important. So let me bummer. Okay, so if you don't get the links, then I will make sure that we send an email to everyone. Okay. So all right, very good. All right, guys. So watch this first. See these are all price alerts that I have set up, and what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to right click and I'm going to share 40 alerts, and I'm going to paste them in here. So now what you are able to do, okay, and I want to make sure you understand this. You are able to go to file and load from cloud, and you will have all these alerts that I have already set up that you can then use. And I'm going to show you like how to do that. This is one of the most important pieces of tech that we're doing. So I'm often, and like one of the biggest things that I've discussed with you guys on these live streams is how your eyes are your best indicator. So what I do often is I'm looking at these data points right here. So here we got the 5 minutes. You can see a turn. And if I come over here, cure, you see this is the bottoming tail. I'm showing you guys the pattern recognition, what it looks like. Okay, so now if I go to the 2 minute, this is what a 2 minute one looks like. And now I'm going to show you, but I'm going to set up an alert right here. I'm going to call this the pivot. And this is my buy point for PRZO, okay? I can then go right here, right click, share, and I can share it. So I'm not going to do them one by one, but everything else that I add, I will share and make sure that you guys all have it at the end of the day. And the idea is then you can ride my coattails. This is going to be something that we're going to fully incorporate into the money machine. I'm going to show you how that's done. Okay. So first of all, did any of you guys watch that really incredible performance from Anthony Kim on the LIV tour, where he came back after some really terrible stuff that's happened to him, and he had this incredible comeback, beat John Rahm. It was a phenomenal thing, and the point I'm making here is comebacks, turnarounds. I love this kind of positive stuff, and I want to make sure that you guys can utilize my eyes, these eyes right here, that are very good at detecting these patterns. And the sharing of the alerts is how we do it, and they appear as these lines. So once again, see pins, you already have this. This is one of my favorite types of trades. You guys have seen this before. This is how I hunt. And I'm not saying all of it works perfectly, but I do tell you, like, if you can find something like this and have it be a turnaround, then this is how I get into the HYMCs and the NVISs. And oh my goodness, you guys, come on. Look at this move. Ever since we have been in these live streams, I've been showing you this trade and kind of showcasing the fact that, you know, you have to, you have to believe in some incredible things that can happen. And look at this. I'm going to show you something here. In 1 month, 23%. But look at this. Look at the incredible power here of the picture-in-picture data, where you can see 1,438% in 1 year. You know that this is the kind of information that they don't talk about on CNBC. They don't really want you to be aware that this happens, but it does. And this is the real thesis of the trade ideas approach. I want you to be in these types of trades just like I am in these types of trades. Okay. And as you can see, the market's doing all right, you know, up less than 1%, but I am up 6%. So that's like a very, very big alpha gen for my big portfolio. And what I'm showing is that the steps that I take to do it are the same steps that you see here. Okay. It's being able to watch these moves. And let me put this back on. Okay, this is fine right here. So see this right here? This already triggered once, but I'm going to put this one higher. And then at the end of the day, I will give you guys all the updated price levels. So notice I'm running the money machine on M3. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay. So here, what I do is, this is the real range work. Okay. I'm watching and I'm constantly looking and analyzing. Like you can see, I'm doing the same things. Trying this out, updating. Because when this stuff goes, like this right here, really add this one to your eyes on. Couple of things to note: 56 times normal volume. Okay. And look at this pattern. Imagine if we can catch this as it turns around. This is some of the most, this right here is how the HYMC took place beforehand. Okay. It's incredible stuff. Okay. And now I'm being messaged. See, I'm up a little bit here. And I'm going to say, do nothing. Okay. So what are we doing? And by the way, we are moving very, very close to the full new version of the money machine. You will not see this thing crash today. We've modified, we've made a whole bunch of improvements, and this stuff is getting very, very close to launch. Once again, you can see that in the situation right here, we're in a very bullish state. Things like AMD, starting to make a little bit of a turnaround. There's other plays that are similar. Okay, look at these moves right here. So I think that so Trader Joe, if you use races for exits, it's really kind of like another version of this, and it doesn't deactivate the stops and the trailing stops. They all work in there. It's just that it's prioritizing the race data, and it's going to be very active. So yes, initially it starts with the stops and the trailing stops that would be in there and assumes that it's going to stay in the race. But if it moves out of the race area that you specify, that will override the stops and it will exit the position. That's a very active type of strategy. And again, I'm doing it a little bit slower here. I'm running it in a tree map view. And in the next version of this money machine, again, we are working really hard to take the full advantage of the races for you. But right now, I would say that when you're starting, the races are a little bit active, like kind of overactive to some extent, because they get you in, they get you out, they get you in, they get you out. It's very good in sim mode to kind of see what's going on, but I would use it more as a learning tool than to really put it into production and thinking about trading live on it. But again, a very good learning experience. So let's go back to this window. Like I said, you can see that all the timestamps, it's streaming in real time. And here, Adam, so this was one of our AI signals. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. I'm going to bring this up again real quick. Bear with me. Okay, let me showcase this. So Adam came up, I believe it was 3 days ago. And I've said this to you guys often. If you are a premium subscriber and you are not taking advantage of the AI, you're missing a huge component. That's very good. We might have you do a little presentation and show people how you do some of this stuff. I really like your progress. I mean, it's exactly what people should be doing. But I'm kind of just showcasing the fact that ultimately, this hunt right here, look at this. From 289 to 657. 13th, today is the 18th. So, and obviously we're talking about weekends because this is the second day of the week. So 1, 2, and 3 days, 125%. Okay. Pretty impressive. And here, IBRX. Another example of what's possible. So one of the things that I'm often doing, and I'm going to show you how you can use, that would be great. Yeah, we're going to do me a favor. Shoot an email to info@trade-ideas.com, and we're going to get you. We'll coordinate with you. I love, we love seeing when our customers succeed. That's one of the biggest value adds for us. It gives us the most amount of joy, and us is kicking some butt. And we'd love to kind of have you come in on the podcast, basically, because this is what this is. This is kind of a single person podcast. I'm the one talking, but we can do it where we have more than one person, and we'll coordinate that. So that would be awesome. So I'm showing you guys that this piece of tech right here, what can you do, okay, to catch these moves? And notice how IBRX, 345, 485, and 683, all positives 3 times. We're just telling you, hey, it's going, it's going, it's going. So even when it starts to come back, we're showing you what's possible, okay? Incredible opportunities here. But let me show you how you can use trades that haven't started working yet, okay, and get yourself dialed in. So here, boom, let me show you. So this was a buy signal, and we get you out at a 3% exit because not everything works. This is just one example where something hasn't worked, But let me just show you. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to set a price alert right here. And I'm going to say, notice right here, Money Machine Strategy, my price alerts. It's already all in here, ready for you when we launch. And I'm going to say AI signal turning. This is typically my note for all of the ones that are negative. So here it is. And once again, at the end of this session, I will give you an updated version of all of these signals. But I want to show you the process, how easy it is when you go and you're doing what I'm doing here. So you look at a trade, you sort it by change from entry, and it's going to be 3% down because, again, these are the ones that have not yet started to come back. Okay. So let's come over here. Come over here. So here's one that was here, went all the way up here, by the way, and then pulled back. And now I'm going to go right over here and I'm going to switch it to a shorter time frame. And here, add it. I'm going to say AI signal going again. So do you see what I want to make sure everyone sees is the process. So I'm going through trades that are right now out of the money, and I'm giving myself entry signals for when they start to look good again. Okay. This is definitely one that I'm going to go right back to the signal price. And I'm going to say back at the signal. What I'm really trying to demonstrate, you guys, is that this is a very simple process. It's not overly technical. You're not, doing calculus of any kind. You're basically utilizing the AI signals. And a lot of times what happens is that there's huge opportunities when these signals, which we've identified before, they didn't work at first, but once momentum hits, they can go big. Okay, so let's look at this example. So see this one? Huge momentum day, pulled back, once again, pulled back. And now look at this candle, really looks like it's trying one more time. Okay. So I'm going to, and notice it already hit my first version. So I'm just pulling the price back. So because I've done this before, I started this demonstration. This is my workflow. It's just a simple process where I utilize our own data to make sure that this stuff can give me the kind of returns that you saw before. One of my favorite patterns, if it can be caught. Okay, so let's take a look. If it can be done. So I'm going to go over here. Oops, let me do it on the shorter time frame. And I'm going to put that right there. And notice here, very little volume. So I'm going to say, very simple. So this way, if this gets triggered, I'm going to be looking at the alert and the message is going to pop up. Sudar, yeah, we will for sure send the bottoms up. But I'm also I sent the cloud link to everybody. So if you're premium, you should be able to just copy the cloud link and go load from cloud. I'll do it once again in a minute, but I just want to keep going through this process because I want to make sure you guys see how do I and the most successful users. Oz is one of our very successful users, and he comes to all of these live streams talking about what he's doing in terms of the money machine and automating strategies. And we have tons of people like that. And one of the things that I love doing on these live streams is to just showcase the fact that a good strategy, and what I mean by that is an approach, does not have to be complicated. So here, what I'm doing is, as a premium subscriber, I'm utilizing mistakes, okay, UAVS. I'm actually in this one, okay? But I'm going to put a signal right here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. And I'm going to say price action very good, but look for volume. Okay, very simple. Look for volume. And this process that we are doing here, it's one of the most rewarding and simple processes, because what's happening is these are all coming to you. And I'm going to positive. But because of this right here, I'm going to say watch for volume. Okay, so net trade, I'm doing, absolutely, I'm doing all of that. Trader Joe, I've not experienced that, but we are doing a lot of server upgrades right now. So I think that when the brand new version comes out, which again I'm thinking is very close, when you do server tech, there's lots of stuff that always sort of pops up. That should be fixed if there's any issues. But I appreciate you giving us the heads up. We will make sure. Okay, so this is me showcasing how I utilize the AI. And by the way, let me show you guys one thing here real quick, just so you can see that I actually do this not just for, in sim mode, but I'm also doing it in live mode. Okay. So let me give you an example. So this is my E-Trade account. And by the way, I'm just showing you guys this JetBlue trade. Everyone could be following me in this one if you've been coming to the live streams and if you have been watching what I've been doing. You can see, we got this at 4. And again, it's the same concept I've been showing you. It's bottoms up. It's trying to pick a turn. Picking a turn, if you're able to do it properly with the risk management, creates some of the most positive and profitable returns that you could ever possibly have. And so this JetBlue is kind of doing this right now. It looks like it's attempting a full turnaround. And here, I have 6,000 shares in my E-Trade account. I would not be at all surprised to see this, head into the teens, in which case, I'll probably be up close to 50,000, something like that. So keep an eye on that. I'm telling you, notice I'm already giving you guys the price level for entry, for the other entry. So it's already in there. And, but I'm just showcasing that what I'm doing in practice. So I brought this up before where I've mentioned that my sim mode trading in the money machine is kind of like me working in the range. I'm practicing, I'm seeing what works, what doesn't, and then I implement it. And here, NAM Minerals. This was an AI trade. I'm going to see if I can find it for you. I'm pretty sure. Let's go down. Maybe I'll do it alphabetically. By the way, JetBlue AI signal was at 5. I got in earlier, but just so you know, where is this coming from? So here I am. I'm utilizing our own tech in the smaller account where I demonstrate how you build your portfolio so that you can see, well, how did Dan get to like 200,000 up in one day? Well, you start with gains like 10, 11, 12,000. KLM just added. Boom. Okay. So this one was an entry price of 115. Okay. But I'm going to just showcase what's happened. It went as high as 7. So you see what I'm doing? I'm buying round 2. And let me move this over here. This, this is kind of a starter position. If it starts to go, I'm gonna see this button right here. I'm gonna double it, and then you're talking about a potential other run to 7. I love this action. This is small right now, but the float's small. So just again, keep an eye on this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set you guys a price right here. We're going to call this previous AI signal. Dan is in this one in his E-Trade account. Okay, so just wanted to show you, and again, RIME is kind of a similar concept, but this one right now is down $89, but you can see what it's doing. And, huge volume. So keep an eye on that. Trader Joe, Interactive Broker, their API is a little bit different than Alpaca and E-Trade. And, we're about to bring TradeStation online. But do me a favor. If you do see that happening live, that would be the best way for you is to shoot us an email and see if we can troubleshoot it with you on the spot. I mean, and we want to see if we can, anything that happens like that, we want to see if we can resolve it. Okay. So let's go back to this window. And again, it's a very important window. Okay. Now let me see what's going on here with the money machine real quick. Okay. Just watching what it's doing. So when you guys understand that when you're in something like this where you have 52 times relative volume, this kind of volatility is totally normal. Okay. It's just totally normal. And this is my second time I've gotten in it because I'm only down 13, but today, 98. Okay. So I want to show you how you can take this right here as a signal and really refine it to find these kind of bottoms picking plays on multiple time frames. So this is going to be my sort of, as we're already 40 minutes into the live stream, this is going to be my finish for today. Okay. I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit configure. So you can see what we're doing here. And I'm going to search something called position in And you can see we have all of these. This is some of the most powerful pattern building tech for you to utilize. And I want to show you how I do it so that then you can replicate it yourself. Okay. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say position in 6 months range. And I'm going to add the filter. And I'm going to say minimum 30, but maximum 55. Okay. But then I'm going to go to relative volume and I'm going to pivot this to 4. Okay. And I'm going to say long-term pivot. So this is going to be a different window. Okay. And I want you guys to look at this chart right here. Okay. So this is our picture in picture. You can see this is a 30-minute bottoming tail. So if we go right here and go to 30, it should be visible. So that's right here. See that? That's what we were catching. Okay. But do you notice this is the turnaround that we're trying to find? Okay. 5 on the volume, and I'm going to set an alert right here. More, mo, momo. Okay. Once again, at the end of the live stream, I'm going to give you the updated version of all of the alerts. Okay. So let's go to right click and go to history and look at today. Okay. So there's different, obviously you can see the different time frames. So we looked at OEC, let's look at MLEC. Do you see this? And why I already did it? This is some of the most powerful idea gen that you can ever have. I'm gonna move this over here, just for now. Okay. Ryan. Already had the turnaround. Okay. Callaway Golf. You guys see this. Callaway has been in some trouble. But 9.9. Okay. Resistance is right here from over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this above resistance. So the important thing that I'm communicating through the demonstration today is that it is very good practice to let things come to you. So to not only be instantly chasing things, but to basically work a lot of your time in the setup. Okay, see, once again, we're talking about the position in 6 months range, earnings in 4 days, camping, volume. So we're going to come right over here. We're going to call making a move. The idea that I want to get you guys to think through is the not instant gratification, but letting trades come to you. Oh, net trade, very good, very, very good. No problem at all. I mean, again, this is one of the things that, you know, I love doing this live stream with you guys because I get to demonstrate some of this incredible tech, and I wanted to show you guys what you can do with the position in ranges because they're just so powerful. You know, this is where you really are able to set things up. Let's say you wanted to be more of a bottom, okay? And again, we're just talking about concepts. Okay, so let's take a look here. So watch these charts as I updated this. See this, and again, we already have the price alert for here. You can see that. Resistance, support, and what we want to do is we want to pop this thing above resistance. Now it's ready. We already have it. Already have Callaway. Here's another great one. Very easy to let it come to you. And do you see like how I'm repeating the same thing over and over again? Because I want to show you that it's actually easy. If most people think that making a ton of money in the stock market has to be really difficult, but the reality of it is if you have a consistent approach, it can be very easy. And that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here. I give myself notes and I set the levels. Okay, so now these are all of the ones that we've done. A bunch have been triggered today, so I'm going to highlight everything again. I'm going to right click, share 53. So I'm giving you 53 signals now. I want to make sure that, okay. Please let me know if you are able to open this, because again, I think this is one of the most important and value-add concepts and trade ideas where, as you guys can see, I perform in this particular field at a fairly high level. You know, I'm not right on everything, but I do have very good results. And what I do is I try to demonstrate how I get these results through practical application of our technology. And what I do here is I'm setting alerts, and then I'm showing you how I automate the search. Okay. And here, once again, USEG, we have everything. It just did this right now on the 10-minute. So I'm going to go to 10 minutes so you can see what the pattern, that's this guy right here. So you can see what the pattern recognition looks like. This is really the crux of what separates Trade Ideas from all other vendors, is that we have such a broad ability to fine tune and find patterns. For example, I can go to triangle bottom. It's already in there. But you can see there's tops, there's a rectangle. I mean, they're already all in here, but the idea is I want to make sure you know that the depth of these alerts, there's just so much. And most people, the problem is that they just don't experiment enough with some of this stuff. So like, for example, let's take a look at something else. I'm going to do a new alert here. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, duplicate. Okay. And I'm going to start from scratch here. Configure. I'm going to undo all of these. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to search. And we're going to go right to where we were. And this is a 75 pullback from highs. Okay. So then I'm going to go to Windows specific filters and see, like, I've got, it's positive. All the stuff here is the same. And I'm going to make this broad just so you can see and get the idea of how you can paint the picture of letting all this stuff come to you. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And again, I will give this one to all of you as well. So do you see? This was this candle right here. And I have to say, I mean, again, we've got the price alert, but the idea is that you don't have to. Trader Joe, do you see it now? I put it in. Okay. Right click, you can go to history today. Now let's take a look at what this looks like. So you can see here was the 75% pullback on this candle, and boom, this turns around. This is the 75% pullback, and then you get the turnaround. So hopefully you guys see exactly why I'm doing this. And again, it doesn't mean that everything works. See, this hit the price alert. I'm going to adjust it. There we go. 75% pullback. Sometimes they go lower, but look at this right here. See, again, this is the kind of stuff that I just love. I love these bottoms. This appeals to me quite a bit. And there's an interesting thing that I want to show you. Again, that you can add. Let's scroll down here. You see this? You can do this as well. And lows. Okay, that just happened. And right here, this is what that looked like. So that's the pullback from lows. Pullback from lows. Again, it does not everything works, but the idea is that you can create any kind of pattern that you feel comfortable trading. It can come to you. So let me go to history and go to real time. Save and share to the cloud. And here you guys go. Okay. So we've covered quite a bit today. The crux of today's presentation is the fact that I gave you over 53 signals that I use myself. And that's going to be something that we're going to do more and more of, because I want you to gain from my experience in the simplest way possible. And this is the simplest way. A reminder that you should be doing all of that with the AI signals. And here are the signals today. And this is an example of, like, sometimes it takes more than one day for this stuff to work. So here, the signal was right here. It ran all the way up to here. pull back. Right at it. Again, very tight ranges, but you can see what's going on. The idea is that every one of these stocks is not for a day trade. When our AI hunts these signals, it's looking for long-term signals. All right. If it is, let me give you the link real quick. It's very easy to do. All I do is go like this, right click, share, copy, and here you go. There you have it. So everyone has it. I want to make sure you guys know that we created a new channel that kind of answers the question of what is the biggest, okay? And I want to show you how we do that. So here we're showing you which stocks have made the most highs here. In this case, that's what it looks like when the stock does what nice. It's made 110 new highs. So we have this on the daily, but also on the 15-minute. Okay, so you can see what that looks like. Biggest gainers today over the last 30 minutes. So you can really just dial it in. Biggest gainers of the week. You can see that on the chart right here. Biggest range today. So that's just volatility. You know, oh my gosh, look at this. Yeah, huge 9-point range. If this thing stabilizes, so once again, you know, I would say pivot. And there you have it. Yeah, this new channel is very popular. We've had a lot of feedback on it and people really like it. Also, you've got what's kind of cool is, and this is a really good thing to show. So this is the pulse for highs and lows, but this one is on the 5-minute highs and lows. So you can kind of get the longer term and the shorter term together. Consecutive 5-minute candles. Boom, 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 boom. All right, you guys, we are at the top of the hour. Loved doing the presentation for you today. If you have any questions or specifics on things that I discussed, please send us an email and I will be more than happy to answer it, or my team will answer it for you. As you guys know, we pride ourselves on the fact that we lead by example on both long-term and short-term, and always utilizing our own technology, the money machine, to continue to break ground. We are very close to an update that's going to make you guys see some of this incredible tech that we are putting out. Once again, I appreciate you guys coming in, spending your time with me on a Wednesday. Ripman, we thought it was going to be out this week. There was a server problem that we had to fix. I don't want to commit because every time I've thought that it was over, something new came up, and that's just part of software development. But my team says that we are getting very, very close. So just keep an eye out for an email. It's coming. And when we bring it out, it's going to really revolutionize everything for you guys. All right. Thank you for spending your time with me. Really appreciate it. And I will see you next Wednesday. Great show today. And once again, very appreciative of everyone's time. Take care. Have a great rest of your week.